Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Ones Tarot. My name's Carmen, and today we have a reading about somebody that feels like they rejected somebody or ignored an opportunity, maybe a little bit too hastily. They probably should have thought a little bit more about what was in front of them or what they really want to achieve. They might have attributed some characteristics that weren't really true for the person that they were thinking about or the person they were considering. This could be about like a job offer, but because it's the Ace of Cups in the reverse, I feel like for the majority of you, this is more of a love rejection. Hi there, Jess. How are you? Let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a good day. I don't normally post this much in one day. I was told there's still one more message, so I am back. And plus, I kind of feel bad, if I'm only ever posting at like 1 o'clock my time in the afternoon. Other time zones might be sleeping. But anyways, let's dive in. If you, of course, are interested in a personal reading, my email address is in the description box below. All right, what else do we have regarding this rejection? Number 1, the Rider, R-I-D-E-R. And number 30, which is the Lily. I think we have an apology or a conversation, a follow-up, somebody that's coming back around to say, I think when I thought about the situation with you or the conversation we had or the date we went on, I wasn't really being honest with myself about what was going on or what I really wanted. So it's almost like a retraction of, I'm not interested in that, or that's not what I'm looking for. Yes, you totally should. I mean, there's no real time limit on it, but you definitely should. All right, so we have Queen of Wands in the reverse, Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, Knight of Wands in the reverse. This person thought you were a garden tool. I think this person misjudged you for a not so serious love interest. Like you're just, adding me to your roster, or you're not interested in a relationship, or you're just looking for something physical. Maybe they thought you were overly flirtatious, or you made too many jokes. Maybe you avoided a question that was really important to them, but they made this like snap judgment and just decided, no, this is not going to work out. You're not the kind of caliber of person I'm looking to date. Sorry. Right? I agree. 4 of Pentacles in the reverse and the Queen of Cups. But then there's something that happens after they walk away or after they say, maybe not a thing. They might hear about you from other people. They might have access to your social media. Maybe they work with you, but there's evidence that they're faced with, and it's quite clear you are not the person they judged you to be. So if they were assuming that you are just looking for short-term or, side mission type connections, they saw or heard about you rejecting that kind of thing, or they heard from a close friend of yours. They have information that directly contradicts their assumptions about you. Moon in the reverse and High Priestess. They may have felt you were very secretive or mysterious, and because they couldn't figure you out, or because they didn't know what you were doing with all that time to yourself, they might have just assumed, oh, well, you're not responding because you're talking to other people. Maybe you're just not a big texter, maybe you just lose your phone from time to time. There was a willingness to believe something about you that is not true, that is now being questioned or outright disproven. And they're having to kind of have a reality check with themselves as to why they were willing to believe something about you so quickly without, being able to really back up that claim. Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, the Fool, and the King of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay. There's a lot of earth energy here. We could be dealing with somebody that has Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo in their chart. But I see somebody who was struggling to pay close heed to their intuition or what their gut was telling them about the person they were interested in. And they may have seen you hang out with a friend or a coworker, a family member, and they might have assumed it was a date or a romantic rival, right? Ace of Pentacles. This person's thinking about whether or not they need to do something kind to make up for this judgment that seems to be unfair that they made. They could also be seriously contemplating just making an offer or asking you out to dinner, lunch, breakfast, whatever. Probably not breakfast. I don't know if I'd recommend that. Hi, Daniel. How are you doing? We have expectation, number 28. Poverty, number 37. And bad health in the reverse, which is number 31. They expected to find, as far as getting to know you, a little bit of a void or a lack of connection. Or maybe they felt like, for some of you, what I'm seeing is this person equated your attractiveness to or they applied it to the hot crazy scale and decided if you were that attractive, there was no way you could possibly be easy to deal with or reasonable, logical, any of that. You would definitely be trouble. There's, I think, for many of you, an assumption that was made based off how you look. But it could also be something to do with circumstances where they saw you as somebody and they assumed the worst, or they assumed it was somebody you were seeing and it wasn't. Mature woman in the reverse, community, number 6 and number 39, and number 22, official person. They realize now that maybe the person you were spending time with, you were doing so in an official capacity, might have been work related. Otherwise, this was somebody within the community. And again, I don't see it being a romantic interest. So with mature woman in the reverse, we have kind of like maybe some moping or some whining coming from this person who regrets their decision. What are we going to call you? Moon in the reverse? We'll find a name. I mean, you're probably the writer, but I always worry people will think that's Writer, but you can think whatever you want. This is the Marigold Tarot. What else do we have? Strength in the reverse, 8 of Wands, 5 of Cups. You ever send a text message and, you think about it, but not maybe as much as you should. And then immediately after you hit send, you're like, oh, crap, I probably should. Maybe you missed a typo, or maybe you forgot, an important detail, or who you were talking to, whatever it is. It's like this person, they rejected or walked away from this love interest and then very quickly realized that they did the wrong thing. 5 of Cups is feeling like you messed up. You spilled 3 cups, right? There's generally 2 cups still upright in the 5 of Cups. So that would imply that there's still an opportunity for you to make things right. But often the 5 of Cups is indicating that we have somebody that's still focused on how they messed up, right? We have the Emperor in the reverse, the Magician, and the Chariot. It's a lot of major arcana. Okay, I like this. Could have had a little bit of a need to control. This could be somebody who's like, oh, no, you don't understand. I am so good at spotting red flags. I saw yours already. Boop, punted, not going to be, talking to you anymore. But then having a little bit of a reality check. Maybe they have a chat with their best friend. Maybe they have a chat with a parent. But this is somebody who then thinks about it, has some additional information, or gets it in a second opinion, and then skirt, this little Chariot is like, oh, maybe I need to spin the block. Maybe I need to really think about what I just did. I'm not sure that was the right choice. Hello, Stacy. How are you doing? So taking action to figure out whether or not the assumption was correct ends up leading this Magician, Emperor in the reverse energy to basically realizing they judged you unfairly. We have the King of Swords, Judgment, and the 7 of Cups. So this Emperor in the reverse seems determined to find an opportunity to talk to you and let you know what actually happened. I think for many of you, this is ideally going to be in person. There could be a lot of things misconstrued over text message, so that might not be a good idea. But there's a risk here as far as the 7 of Cups. There's something this person may not want to be fully honest about. Like they want to reconnect with you, but there's something they want to leave in obscurity. It could be that they were projecting some of their own energy onto you when they were calling you a red flag. Just saying. But I do think that this is somebody who likes just a little bit of confusion in terms of how people see them, or they're trying to control the image you have of them, right? Page of Swords, 3 of Rings or 3 of Pentacles, and the Ace of Rings or Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. There's new information that comes in from a friend. Definitely what I'm seeing. Contradicting what this Emperor in the reverse Magician energy had believed to be true, realizing that somebody they kind of viewed as not serious or probably just looking for a little bit of fun was actually somebody that has, a reputation for being very genuine or compassionate. I mean, they came out as the Queen of Cups. So it could be they end up hearing about somebody they know, talking about the Queen of Cups in a very admiring way, maybe even like romantic rival kind of way. Yeah. This is the Tarot of the Nile. Yep, I would agree. Tower in the reverse and the 3 of Pentacles. Chariot. Justice in the reverse. Yeah, rushing this decision is why things didn't go the way they should have. But to avoid this being a complete loss, we have a friend that steps in or a third party that says, hey, I know that person pretty well and they're actually quite good. It might not be that direct. It might just be, I overhear somebody talking about something that you did and I realize oh, you're actually a really, really good person. And I, head for the hills thinking that you're not worth my time. Justice in the reverse. And now I feel bad for how I treated you. Now I realize you might be wondering, why did you just like disappear? Why did you say you weren't interested? Whatever the ending was, it might have been a little bit confusing, right? So we have the Empress and the Knight of Swords. Now we have concern coming from this Emperor in the reverse, that the love interest that they have is potentially moving on. So this could be somebody who's literally moving away, or somebody who is entertaining new love interests or new suitors. This could also be somebody who is just, not going to be sticking around waiting for some sort of potential conversation to happen. So there's a threat or a sense of urgency. Like, if I really want to have some sort of long-term relationship here, if I really feel like there's unfinished business, I'm going to have to actually like say something, and say something soon. High Priestess and the Eight of Cups in the reverse. Yeah. I'm going to have to listen to my intuition. I'm going to have to talk to this person who maybe I viewed as mysterious or difficult to read, but really it's just that they're different from the others that I've encountered, or, they're not who I thought they were. Queen of Cups in the reverse, Nine of Wands in the reverse. In their attempt to avoid somebody that was this Queen of Wands in the reverse, they realize now that what they've done is mistreat a Queen of Cups or an Empress. And they feel like now they are coming across as this Queen of Cups in the reverse, somebody that doesn't know how to appreciate a person of high quality, This is the Bianco Nero. What else do we have? How's it going, Voyager? Two of Pentacles. Eight of Wands in the reverse. Eight of Cups. Page of Swords. Two eights in a row. Yeah. Sometimes people realize the truth about a connection when they're allowed the solitude or the time to really think about it without all the noise. And sometimes you could be included in that noise. If somebody wants to know what kind of person I am, I suppose I could answer that question, but I'd really rather not. Like, I can tell you stupid little fun facts about me, but I don't really want to sit here and be like, I'm the most honest person in the world. I have really great morals. I'm super humble. You know what I mean? Like, you can make your own, or like formulate your own opinion about me based on the interactions that we have. And I hope that you would find that I'm a genuine person with integrity and morals and blah, blah, blah. But this is somebody who had to get distance, or like have that absence, right? To realize the interactions that they had with you were actually suggesting something different. And they may have been looking for the red flags just because they're so used to dealing with red flags. But they viewed you as perhaps somebody that wanted to be with somebody for their money, or have like a sugar daddy, sugar mama. And they understand now that that was It's like a miscarriage of justice. It was not justifiable. So they could at least feel like they need to apologize for doubting you or thinking that you aren't omniscient. Ten of Pentacles in the reverse and the Seven of Wands in the reverse. This is a willingness to put yourself in a situation that may be a little bit vulnerable or maybe a little uncomfortable, because you know that if you don't have this conversation, you're going to lose that opportunity for good. So they may already believe that there's no chance here to redeem the situation. You know, you cut things off or you walked away. I don't know why you're coming back, that kind of energy, right? So if they want a second chance, they realize they have to be maybe a little bit like eloquent in terms of how they come back around. So they might be working on a gift of something. They might be working on, I don't know, getting some reservations. It's like, I can't just show up and be like, hey, how's it going? They feel like they need to demonstrate that it's intentional, that they didn't just, randomly show up and think, hey, you want to talk? This is, I really want you to understand that I feel bad for how I judged you. And maybe even they want to say, I feel stupid because I missed out on something really great, because it's too easy for me to see the negative qualities or to look for qualities that may not even be there, just because it kind of validates whatever assumptions I might have. We got to be careful with that, right? There are people out there that will surprise you. You may not expect the depth. You may not expect them to be wise. You may not expect them to speak 5 languages or know how to dance ballet or be a really great MMA fighter. There are people that will surprise you with what they're capable of or what they've achieved or what, kind of heart that they have. And this person needed to give just a little bit more time to figuring out who this person was, this Queen of Cups. So we have number 6, which is the clouds. This talks about confusion or an illusion. Remember, we had the 7 of Cups. And this is for that masculine energy, the Emperor in the reverse that rejected this love interest. Basically just, assuming the worst. Number 35, the Anchor. This talks about stability. This person could have been wondering if the love interest, the Queen of Cups, was just looking for a place to stay or a handout or somebody that would pay their bills. And they may have since found out that this person takes care of themselves. Yeah, I feel like they know more about what this person does for work or how they make their money, maybe even found out where they live. They might have been doing just a little bit of research or asking people around, the community. And there's someone here who is wearing a mask. Who's this mask individual? Star? It could be our Emperor in the reverse that's been wearing a mask. It could be that they've dealt with so many people that wear a mask, they just expect everyone is fake. This is the Earth and Bone Oracle. Number 7, Heart. Emotional awakening, creativity, intuition, and follow your heart. So assuming that somebody maybe was a little superficial or a little bit vapid, I think it's vapid, isn't it? And finding out that there's a purpose or a mission that this person has been working on, or there is a depth, right? They've learned a lot in their life. We have number 31, conjurer, higher self, subconscious, influencing, and creation. So there's a kind of glacier situation where maybe they only understood a few things about this person, just the things they saw, right? And then the more they learn about this individual, perhaps through a friend or a third party like that, family member, they realize how great this individual is. And they were willing to just judge them based on how they look or how others maybe perceive them. Number 35, spectrals, discernment, critical thinking, investigation, and insight. And number 20, time, planning, making decisions, leaving comfort, taking risks. So and look, this looks a lot like the Rider too, right? As far as somebody going places. I've leveraged my discernment more effectively now and realized that the decision I made was not the right decision. So I'm taking a little bit of a U-turn. I'm not saying what I really want to say because I don't know if this is what other people call it. Maybe it's just like a Minnesota saying. And I'm going to head back around to this Queen of Cups and see if, even though I maybe wasn't the most polite, or even though I wasn't showing very much interest, maybe you still will give me a chance. Maybe, just maybe. Fingers crossed. All right, this is the Untold Messages of the Heart. Hello, Santiago. How are you? Just what I was talking about. Or a shitty. Except a shitty is also something I've heard. Kind of sounds not great, though, you know. Personal. This isn't about you. I'm working through a personal issue. Fantasy. I wish I could ... I miss you. I'm telling you the truth. You can trust my words. Something or someone is standing in between us right now. There could have been a third party that convinced this Emperor in the reverse that their love interest was not worth their time. Anger. I'm upset and I need some time to cool down. This is perfect. Right after the I'm angry and I need some time to cool down. They're thinking. I think they're kind of angry at themselves because of how they handled the situation. Karma. My life is falling apart and I'm struggling. Play. I just want to have fun with you. There's like this concern, you know, I don't want everything to be so serious. When we have this conversation, can we get into something fun? Can we go, you know, have dinner or watch a movie or whatever it is? We might have an issue though, because we have this I'm unavailable or the taken card. Let's see what that's about, shall we? All right, this is the miniature Rider-Waite. Sometimes I'm not very good at shuffling these tiny little decks, you know, I did it. Hello, Angel. How are you doing? Two of Wands and Justice. This makes me feel like the Queen of Cups might have somebody else that's interested in them, or the Emperor in the reverse is not ready to reach out because they are still trying to deal with some situations in their life. Remember, it said, my life is falling apart. So remember, it's a general reading. It's going to depend on your specific situation, but either the Queen of Cups or the Emperor in the reverse is saying, I don't know if I can really pursue anything right now because my life is kind of going through it right now. I need to work on putting together a strategy or a plan to get things back to where I need them to be after this Tower moment. We have the Hanged Man in the reverse, a sense of having to sacrifice. So this feels like somebody who, I don't know how I could put time into my love life right now when I need to, focus on my kids, or I need to focus on my job, or I need to focus on moving. Five of Pentacles, some financial issues, perhaps even needing to get a repair for the car. But after that, this individual realizes, once they've kind of, managed things a little bit, they do find a chance to approach this with more time or energy, because they know that this would be a missed opportunity. I like that we have the Magician clarifying the Tower. This is somebody who understands, I need to be focused, or I need to prioritize my time, my energy. And then when they do have some availability, it seems like their focus is to make sure that they're not like avoiding the situation. But we have the Three of Cups in the reverse. And it kind of makes me feel like we still have this person in between you two. Again, this could be somebody who is jealous or wants to be with one of you. This could be somebody who is an ex or a judgy, friend or family member. But I do think that you're going to be able to address that. Either you're able to walk away from that person, not have to deal with them, or they understand they've misjudged this Queen of Cups as a Queen of Wands in the reverse, much like the Emperor in the reverse did. Knight of Wands, Four of Wands in the reverse, Page of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles. So even though it's been rather complicated, even though there's some things that need to be addressed, maybe still some lingering instability, we have somebody that reaches out and communicates an offer. Hey, I know it's been a long time. I know I probably confused you a little bit in terms of not showing interest or not talking to you recently, but I'd really like to meet up with you. I'd really like to see you. Or could I call you? Could I FaceTime you? There's like a respectful request for time. Hello there, Illuminati. How are you doing? That I think enables this conversation to finally happen. This is the Gypsy Oracle. What else do we have? Misfortune in the reverse, haughtiness in the reverse. So there's a little bit less ego to deal with here, a little bit less pride. Somebody is more approachable, more open to conversation. We have the younger woman. And the Room. So this is, I feel, the person who's standing in between these two. Yeah. So this could be a sibling. This could be, like I said, an ex. But there is, I believe, somebody younger who is trying to provide advice or kind of say, I don't think this is a good match or this person can't be trusted. Oh my God, my hair can't be trusted. It's all static, you guys. Make it stop. Winter, man. How's it going, Semper Fi? We've got enemy, constancy in the reverse, and letter in the reverse. All right, I feel like this is a friend or a family member that is likely younger who has, for whatever reason, this habit of being a good friend and then not being a good friend, a good friend and then not being a good friend. So this could be an element of, I like to compete with you, or I like to show that I'm better at, getting people's numbers. I like to mess with your love life. This could be like cousins, doesn't have to be brother and sister, brothers and brothers or whatever. But there's definitely a concern here that we have a little bit of a meddler, somebody who wanted to influence your decision for the worse because of their own intentions or whatever it is that they wanted. All right, what last advice do we have on this situation? Four of Pentacles. Stay quiet in a conversation, probably with this younger family member or younger friend. That's going to make things easier for you. The more you tell this person, the more they like to mess with the situation. There is definitely a lie that has been spread or started by this enemy individual, this fake friend. They wanted to make it more difficult for you to make a decision regarding this love interest. Six of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles in the reverse, in part because they wanted to, I think, kind of get even with you or find a way to make this unattainable. Maybe they were jealous. Maybe they just like the idea of you wanting something that you can't have. It's a little deviant. Hermit in the reverse. Page of Cups in the reverse. Strength. So even though this individual is trying to mess with this love connection, we have a willingness to address this problem because of somebody finding their courage, somebody finding out that it's not that difficult to be honest, or realizing, they really don't want to just kind of leave this the way that it is. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, Page of Swords in the reverse, and the Eight of Cups in the reverse. So even though there was this rejection, even though there was this, I don't think so, we have somebody deciding, oh, I guess I just listened to some gossip I shouldn't have listened to, or I was looking for things that I wouldn't like about you because I didn't want to like you. Now this person's coming back around. Spin in the black. So maybe some of you were like, it's real nice of you to come back and everything, but I kind of lost interest when you were that quick to believe gossip that somebody else wanted to spread about me. And others of you might give them the time of day and say, let's at least talk about it. I'll give you, some time. I'm not going to guarantee anything, but I'll at least hear you out, which I think is a polite thing to do, but I don't think that you are required to do it, right? It's your time. You get to make your decision. But I love you all. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes. I hope you have a great rest of your night, and I will see you on the next reading. Doodles.